Alright, you depressed MK11 Necros. New saibot slide. I think we all know this is a really good move. It gives new saibot safety. It hits really hard. It goes towards a crushing blow. His shadow tackle crushing blow. You amplify it. That's already 2. By that second, third round, it's going to go to a crushing blow that does a lot of damage. You literally punish your opponent with noob saibot, and then boom, they're eating a lot of damage. So we all know these things, but I'm gonna show you guys different ways of using this move, you know, than all the other ways. Like, people will always do this right here, you know, -8. You know, a lot of new saibot players, they'll mash or they'll like try jumping out, but good players are going to clip you for that because you're -8. This is what a lot of noob saibot players do. They always complete the string, right? They'll do something like this, boom. They'll do that, or they'll do this, and then they'll step back and do something like that, or they'll do this, do stuff like that, which is really nice. Look at the space that's in between. But one thing that's like would be really annoying to deal with is doing this right here. Now you're thinking, why do that when you could easily just complete the string? So here's the thing about his 4-2 and the slides. It's not about the damage. It's about landing and opening your opponent up and being really annoying because you're completely safe. In this situation, what the hell is Liu Kang gonna have to do in this situation to get in? He's gonna have to reset neutral, step back, or do some stupid shit like a flying kick. And I'd much rather be in this situation right here than be in this situation right here. Boom, boom. Because there's like, you know, if I decide to jump or press at this moment, Liu Kang could shove his 4-4 down my throat and I'm completely fucked. So there's that. I'd much rather be in this situation right here. Plus, not only that, the damage. Let's look at the damage, right? Let's say if it all goes well, you know, just making jump. That's 24% right there. But if, you know, if I do this, it's 20%. Again, it's not the damage. It's actually landing it and being annoying because you're completely safe. You know, this does really good damage. Don't get it fucked up. Alone it does 16. That's really good. You're going to be landing this shit in neutral a lot. But it's about adding them up and by that second, third round, having your crushing blow ready to go. Another way that I feel that, you know, people do this from time to time, but I think it's actually very, very good, is the fact that he has somewhat of a ghetto mix-up. Boom. You can do that. You can go and just be completely safe for both options. Now they have to guess between a low and an overhead. Just keep doing this shit to your opponent, and then doing stuff like this into grabs is going to be real. Doing stuff like 1, 2, and then going into a grab is going to be real. Or even doing 1, boom, that right there. Or even you could do something like that. Or my fault. You could do boom, boom, and then going for a grab. Like, staggering your opponent and getting your opponent conditioned to having to guess between a reactable low and over. Is it reactable? I don't know. I don't really want to say. My reactions are pretty terrible. But the fact that they have to worry about this shit and worry about this shit, because a lot of players, let's be real, we all do this right here and just try to hit confirm this thing. Like, this is really good as well. I'm just saying that you gotta like open your options up with new saibot. Make your opponent think that you're doing these little ghetto little mix-ups, and then throw a fucking curveball at them, you know? So start doing stuff like this, boom. Every time you throw the string, do something like this if they're blocking it. So yeah, so by that second hit, if you know your opponent's just gonna hold that shit, throw a little ghetto mix-up in there. So now when you do stuff like this, because let's be real, once you throw this right here, your options are very limited. They just are very, very limited. Because the one thing you're gonna do is this into slide, or you could be a hipster noob saibot player where they do stuff like this and they just throw 1 and that's it, you know. And this shit's impossible to punish online, even though it's like -20. It's something that's real, whatever. So there's that. It's also a good mind game to have. A super ghetto little mix up right there, and then just adding to it, because I feel like a lot of people, they always do this right here. They always do this shit, or they do this and then they'll block right after. They always do that. You know, you got to remember, like, you know, he does have an overhead. It is what it is. He has an overhead. You could also mix that up and then go for a short hop, or you could do this, boom, and then not going for the short hop. Or you could do this, boom, boom, boom right there, or again, boom, boom, going for a grab, or you can do this, boom, you can do this. Check this out. You can do this, boom, boom, step back, grab. There's lots of little shit you can do with noob saibot to really throw your opponent off, and that's like, you gotta fuck up the timing of your opponent, you know. That's pretty much what it is with his slides. They're just good ways of creating space and just making your opponent know that, okay, I know the slides are coming, but they don't know when the slides are coming, but they know it's coming. And then you add a little strike throw to it, or maybe a little ghetto short hop right there, and you're solid, you know. That's one thing you could also do. Another really cool thing that you can do, I think this is pretty cool, that you could add and really fuck with your opponent, is if your opponent starts doing things that, maybe I should have picked a different character for this. Let's say, how do I explain it to you? Let's say we're going up against Johnny Cage, right? And we have characters that have moves that reset neutral, even Scorpion's forward too. A really nice way of like dealing with those really annoying moves. Let's pick Johnny Cage so I can show you guys what the hell I'm talking about. Every Johnny Cage player does this. We know it's happening and we somehow get caught, right? So I'm gonna pick noob saibot, and then I'm gonna pick John Cena, right? So one thing I really think is really slept on of noob saibot's shadow slide is that there's these moves in the game where they just reset neutral, right? You could literally throw them shits after your opponent finishes that string. He does a little backdash bullshit and clip them on the way in. So let me show you what I mean. So every Johnny Cage player does this, right? They all do that, right? And then if I react late or whatever, you know, he's gonna clip me, right? And they immediately do that shit, and there's nothing they can really do. There's nothing he can really do in that situation. Even if he does his little boom, 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 and then boom, whatever, right? Boom, boom, where are you going? You're gonna get clipped. And there's a lot of characters that noob saibot could do this too, and I don't really see that many people doing. What I see a lot of people doing is they'll jump at your opponent and just be predictable. A lot of noob saibot players like to jump because, you know, throwing this out in neutral is risky. You know, you could do this shit, but if you whiff it, you're kind of fucked. You could do this annoying down 4 to get in, but if it's like something that resets neutral, you know, a lot of noob saibot players either like to jump or whatever it is. You know, use them slides. Use it. Just throw it raw. Even if your opponent blocks it, whatever, there's going to create a ton of space. And if it lands, boom, 16%, and is going towards a crushing blow. So you really have nothing to complain about. So yeah, I think these are some things that, you know, is it going to improve your noob saibot? No, but it's going to, you know, give your noob saibot, you know, a little something. You know, it's going to add something to your noob saibot. And just be really annoying, because you have to be annoying with noob saibot. You have to throw slides and backdash and hide behind them and get really easy brain dead crushing blows, because that's what noob saibot is really all about. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hallelujah, holla back, check you bastards later. Deuces.